Now that is a completo. Hey guys, how you doing? So today we are grilling up some hot dogs, some plant-based hot dogs with carrots. So we are using these beautiful carrots I got here from Homeside Fresh, along with these beautiful organic red potatoes. We're gonna make red potato chips to go along with our hot dogs. You can do this the night before and let your hot dogs marinate overnight, which is what I would recommend, or at least let them marinate for an hour to 2 hours. The longer you let them marinate, the better they're gonna be. All right, so I've peeled up my carrots. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna give them a little bit of a hot dog shape. We're gonna take our peeler and we're just gonna round off the edges of our carrot on the thicker side, and then on the thinner side, we're gonna do the same. This is a great summer recipe. You can totally do this on an outdoor grill. We're gonna actually do it on our indoor skillet. It's actually a really fun thing to do with your kids. Put them on hot dog shaping duties. We're gonna throw these into our boiling water. No more than 5 to 10 minutes. You only want them to be fork tender. You don't want them to be cooked all the way through. You're looking for that hot dog bite. So I would recommend about 5 to 10 minutes. Check them, make sure they're fork tender. You don't want them falling apart either. Once they're done and ready, drain them and let them cool. You want them to cool down to at least handling temperature. And then we're gonna throw them in our marinade. Carrots have come out of the boiling water. I've let them cool. And we are going to just puncture little holes. You're not piercing them all the way through, just to kind of make little holes so that the marinade gets all the way into the carrot. Just really want to be able to infuse that flavor. Really simple, no mess kind of recipe. Just get a Ziploc bag, open it up like a little pouch. You're gonna throw everything in the Ziploc bag. This marinade, I'm gonna throw in our seasonings. Our seasonings, we have 1 teaspoon of each. We have smoked paprika, cumin, onion powder, and garlic powder. Give it a little mix. And we're just gonna toss it all in here. You're gonna take 2 tablespoons of soy sauce or coconut amino. This is coconut amino, but you can use soy sauce if you like. I like coconut amino, it's gluten-free also, so if you have a gluten allergy, you can totally still make this. Then I have 1 tablespoon of Annie's Worcestershire sauce. We're gonna add that in here. We have a 1/4 cup of water, just good old-fashioned water, filtered water. I'm going to add some salt and some black pepper to taste, however much salt, black pepper you want. This is liquid smoke. So what this is gonna do is this is gonna give you that smoky barbecue flavor. It all lies in the liquid smoke. So this is really potent and really strong. So I'm gonna go with a 1/4 teaspoon of this because it is really strong. And we're gonna add some maple syrup. It's gonna give you a little bit of that sweetness, but it's also gonna add to the smoky flavor that we're trying to get from a hot dog. So I'm gonna add about, I'd say about a tablespoon of this. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the air out of our bag, give them a little mix. Just make sure it's all nice and infused. Okay, we're gonna throw this bag into our refrigerator up to an hour, 2 hours. The longer they sit in the fridge, the more they're gonna infuse with flavor. So that's the whole purpose of marinating for a longer period of time. Peel up our potatoes, slice them up, and throw them in the oven. So for our potatoes, little tip here on the potatoes. If you take a wet paper towel and you just throw them over peeled potatoes, they're gonna keep your potatoes from browning. So either you soak them in water or you keep them moist with either a wet paper towel. That's gonna keep them from browning. As you're cooking other items, it's a great little tip my mom taught me. We're gonna take our mandolin. If you don't have a mandolin, you can use your knife. We're just gonna be cutting these pretty thin, so mandolin is easiest to use. Again, on your mandolin, there are settings, so you can actually set it for thinner or thicker slices. Your mandolin comes with a guard. For the most part, they should come with a guard. I definitely recommend using a guard if you've never used a mandolin, if you're not experienced with the mandolin, or if you want to keep your fingers. I always use the guard once I get to like even more than half of the potatoes left, just because I, again, want to keep my digits. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna test it out, see how thick this is gonna slice it. Perfect, so this is what you're looking for. So it is not paper thin, but there is some thickness to your potato. At this point, we're gonna add our guard. Potatoes, throw them in our bowl. I'm just throwing them in the same bowl that they're in. So here. There we go. All right, so this is gonna be a super simple potato seasonings. We're just gonna do a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, and then I'm gonna add some dry oregano, or fresh oregano. If you have fresh oregano, that's fine too. Then we're gonna take a generous amount of salt. Again, potato always needs quite a bit of salt. Some black pepper. And we're gonna give these a little toss. All right, we're gonna add our olive oil. Again, a little toss. Now I'm going to throw these potatoes on our sheet pan here. I don't want to layer them. You hear that? That's my dog Luna, who is demanding more food as she does whenever I cook. Mind you, she already had her dinner. Little bossy pants. All right, so we're gonna throw these guys into the oven, and we're gonna check on our hot dogs and get those onto the grill. So we threw our potatoes in. I have the oven at 475, and I'm gonna throw them in for about 15 minutes, check on them, flip them over, throw them in for another 15 minutes until they're golden brown and crispy around the edges. So I just took out my potatoes from the oven. You can see we're getting some golden brown action happening here. So I'm just gonna give these a little turn, just so that the potatoes that are on the bottom can also join the crispy party. All right, I'm gonna throw these guys back into the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna do 6 minutes, and then we'll check on them and see how they're cooking. Our carrots, we're just gonna lay them down, start grilling them up. You're looking for these beautiful little grill marks. Smells like hot dogs. Hot dogs just came off the grill, and now we are going to put them together and top them. Okay, so we have these hot dogs in Chile. They're called completos. This is what they look like. They are essentially topped with mayo, tomato, and avocado. I'm beginning to think it's kind of what we top everything with. I'm gonna put in our hot dog here. Take a little bit of our mayo, our avocado, some tomatoes here that I sliced up from these red vine tomatoes that I also got from Homestead Fresh. Put those on top. Next hot dog here. This is just gonna be a traditional ketchup and mustard kind of hot dog because it's kind of what I like. You could top these with whatever you want, like a traditional hot dog. All right, so to these potatoes that I just got out of the oven, I'm gonna take a little bit of this truffle salt that I have. You can use truffle oil, you can use truffle salt, you can not use any of it if you don't like truffle, but I really like truffle salt, so I'm just gonna sprinkle over our nice crispy potatoes. These guys on the side. Oh yeah. Pile them on. Those are good. Carrot hot dogs with seasoned scalloped potatoes and a little tiny bit of truffle. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button.